Well, what's up, everyone? I want to thank you guys for joining me again. This is Nelson Robinson Sr., and welcome back, where we are just finishing up the 5 mindset shift that every man should adapt. If you're thinking about being successful in life, which I believe that you are born to be successful in life, if you're head of household and you're seeking to go to another level so that you can enjoy the good things of life, you and your family, and also you can have more than enough to share with others, this is a good way for you to achieve that. So number 5, we're going to get right into it. Number 5 is from fear of failure to embracing failure as feedback. My goodness, that's a big one. From failure to embrace failure as a feedback. You see, failure is oftentimes seen as something to avoid. We are encouraged to avoid failure. It's like they always said, do it right the first time. Do it right the first time. It's like avoid failing, because most people, as soon as you make one mistake, they look at you as a failure and they begin to talk down on you and they begin to tell you all these different things. You feel so bad that you just throw in the towel. So you're going to seek as much as you can to get it right the first time. But guess what? You can embrace failure as feedback that can take you to another level, that can help you to do it even better the next time. But you see, this mindset limits growth and potential. When you are afraid to fail, when you're afraid that you will fail, I should say it limits growth and potential. Successful men understand that failure is not a sign of inadequacy. Successful men understand that their failure is not a sign of inadequacy, but an essential part of their learning process. By shifting your mindset from fear failure to embrace it as valuable setback, you can reframe setback as lessons that guides you through. It guides you, take you to the place of success. But so many times, again, I said a lot of times people allow other people to lie to them or to interject into them things that they think is the truth, or they think is the right way for you. Now, I'm not saying that you should despise good counseling. Wise counseling is very good for you. But you got to also know what you want. When you go to that buffet table, when you go to that place to eat, when you go out to eat and they give you that menu, you got to know what you want, because either you order everything on the table and eat what you want and throw it away or on the menu, or you just go precisely, you go directly to what you want, order that, eat it, be happy, and move on. You see, when we embrace failure as feedback, it helps us to see the steps that we missed. It helps us to see the steps that is needed now. We are aware of the steps that we need now to go to the next level to make it even better. Because sometimes if it wasn't for that feedback, you would not have seen the other nugget that you need to make whatever you're working on even more better. Even more better. So you see, you're gaining so much. But when you are afraid that you have made a mistake and you try so hard to do it right the first time, sometimes it causes even more frustrations and you make even more mistakes to the point that you just squash the whole thing. You just throw it in, mess it up. I don't want to do this anymore. I can't do this. Frustration. But when you shift the mindset first from fear of failure to embrace failure as a feedback, you will see yourself as you make the little mistake, you just erase it. Okay, I got something. I can correct that. You know, so you're not fussing, you're not being frustrated, you're not allow yourself to enter into that place where you are so frustrated that you knock everything over. It costs you time and money. It costs you so much time and money. Now you got to go back and buy a new book. You got to go back and buy a new computer. I've messed up my computer out of anger before. Out of anger. The feedback that was coming, it makes me so frustrated. I couldn't see that I could have used those feedback as stepping stone to go to the next level. And you know what? I smashed my computer out of frustration. Guess what? I have to go back and buy a new one. I have to wait for it to come. I have to reprogram it. I have to learn so many new things about this new computer. Like I said, it costs me time and money. But when you are open to learn, When you're open to learn, I love what Nelson Mandela said. I read one of his quotes, and I hope I'm quoting it right. He said he never fails. He never fails because he always learns. He is focusing on the nuggets that he gets along the way. Those nuggets that he picked up along the way, he focused on those. So he's not focused on the mistakes or the failure. He focused on what did I gain out of all this. So all you're seeing is success because you're focusing on the good, not the negative. You're focusing on the good, and all you can see is success, success, success. So you keep going forward because now you picked up another nugget. Keep going forward. You picked up a nugget. Keep going forward. You're not worrying about the failure or the mistakes that you made. You learn from those. You analyze them. You check them out. Okay, I did X, Y, and Z. I should have done this. What? Okay, I'm going back. Let's do it this way. And then here you are soaring like an eagle, going to the next level. But if you are afraid that you will make mistakes, you always, or sometimes you never try at all. You will never even step out on faith. You never take the first step because you're afraid that what people are going to say about you, first of all. You're going to be embarrassed. You feel embarrassed, your ego get into play. And next thing you know, even though you know that you need to ask for help or you can get the help, you refuse to ask for it because the ego now take over or what they're going to say about me. So I don't want anyone to say anything about me and make me feel like I'm stupid, I'm crazy, or people going to look down on me and all that kind of stuff. Or what they're going to say, what they're going to say when they see me the next time after the mistake I made. The ego now kicked in, and you guess what? You're missing out on a lot of opportunity to be successful in life. A lot of nuggets, pieces that you can take and add to that puzzle right there and make a beautiful picture. But when you allow yourself to embrace failure as feedback, you begin to see the next step. You begin to see, how can I improve the next step? How can I improve this thing to make it even better? It's like someone making a chair. They made a chair. You can sit on the chair. It doesn't have the armrest. You look at the chair and you're thinking, how can I improve that chair? And guess what? In your mind, I can add some armrest. So when I'm sitting, I can relax and put my arms right there. You're thinking about ways of improving whatever you're working on. So those feedbacks can come through your mistakes that you've made. You can learn from those mistakes. And now the next time when you're approaching even it could be the same thing, you're doing it different. Or how many times have you worked on something and you couldn't find the answer to it, or you want a different way to do it, make it a little bit easier for yourself. And you decide, I'm going to YouTube, I'm going to search, and I'm going to see if someone has already approached this challenge that I'm facing right now. And then you go on YouTube and come to find out, oh, yeah, that's easy. I don't have to take off all those parts. You're working on your car. I don't have to take off all that. I don't even have to take off the wheel. I can just go right through there with my screwdriver and you looking for ways, feedback that other people have used. They found themselves made mistake, and they now out of the generosity of their heart, they want to share this with the world. And like I said before, when you give, it comes back to you, pressed down, running over. It comes back in so many different ways. You give, it comes back to you. Give and it shall be given unto you. It's a principle of receive and give, and you receive. The more you share with others from your mistakes or the challenges that you have in life, like me myself, I went through a challenging time in my life when I had that broken relationship, my divorce. I didn't want that. And I always say, I'm not pointing finger at my ex. I'm not doing that because I have to take responsibility. I take responsibility for my action to even the things where I know that I should have said no to, and I allow it to happen. That adds more fuel to the fire. I have to take responsibility for that. And I take responsibility. But I said, I went through this dark time in my life. This dark time in my life. And today I can share with other people, how do you start over? How do you find love after all that? How do you prepare yourself to love? How do you prepare yourself to be a man that loves and want to cherish the marriage and wife and children without holding on to the past, without bringing all that baggage, without bringing all that anger, without seeing all women as bad and they ought to get your money as some people see those people? See those women. How do you let go of those things? See, I've tried that what we call a renewed mind will not just change your life, but it will change your lifestyle. That's what I had to work on. I had to work on those 4 areas of my life, building confidence to overcome the fear of people knowing what went on in my life. And here I am now. Nobody knew I was getting a divorce, and people now they begin to know, my family know, and I had to get over that fear of them finding out, to build a confidence to tell them so I can move on with my life. I have to change my lifestyle. I have to change the way I was thinking, change the way I begin to see things so that I can see myself as not a failure, but someone who is approaching my journey on a comfortable and an encouraging way, to the point that I'm continued seeking after my dreams and goals. I'm not staying down. I fall down, but I'm not staying down. I got up and I'm going forward. I got to see myself successful. I have to see myself attaining those things in life that I started out to do before. I had to change my way of thinking so that my lifestyle would change. As a man think, he becomes. And I had to work on faith, my true self, who I am, the divine part of me. I'm not just a man, but there is this divine part of me who encourages me, who builds me up, my emotions, how I feel about myself, how I feel about the Creator. Do I believe that this God that created the world empowers me? It is He who gave me the power to get well. I have to reconnect with my true self, that I'm not hating other people, that I'm not trying to hurt other people because of my past. I'm not trying to take advantage of other people, but because of this love that is in me, this divine, pure love that is in me, I can continue to love. I continue to love my children. I continue to love my wife. I continue to love other women in a wonderful way, not seeing them as someone who's out to get you and all these different things and calling them all different names. No. And I had to work on relationship. I had to understand consciously, I have to understand that relationship is built on love. And if my relationship is not built on pure love going in, I'm going to have problem. It have to be built on love, not just conditions. Oh, I want to be with somebody now because I'm scared. What can I do? I used to do these things before. I can't do it now. I don't have anyone to do. So I'm just going to connect with someone out of convenience. No, I have to understand that relationship is built on love. So when I begin to shift from fear of failure to embracing failure as a feedback that helps me to see myself, helps me to see the mistakes that I made, and use those feedbacks now to make myself even better, to create a better relationship, to create the thoughts that I know that are lovely. Think on these wonderful things, because as a man think, he becomes. I begin to shift from a fear of failure, to embracing the feedback that made me the man that I am today. That made me the man that I am today. So I'm here to encourage all head of household, married men who think, they get to a certain age and it's like, I can't do anything else. I'm set in my ways. That is so wrong. That is not true. You have the mind of Christ. You have the mind of God. You have a divine mind. There's only one mind, and you can think like God. You can do some things a whole lot more than you're giving yourself credit for, because it is God who gives you the power to get wealth. This divine power is inside of you. This divine wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is there for you to use. So again, I want to thank you guys for joining me for this 5 mindset shift that every man should adapt. If they are thinking, that they are here to live a successful life, a rich and successful life. So check out those videos that we just posted, and I promise you they would be a blessing to you. And don't forget to share, like, and to subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend, because we are here to build stronger head of household. We are here to plant a seed in every head of household that will just not impact him, but impact the whole family in a positive way. Because we believe that you are here to evolve and to be the best, to have the best. You deserve that. And there's greatness in you. I love you. Until next time, this is Nelson Robinson Sr. Peace, and we out.